Hey everybody, welcome back to Stereoscope Rewind, the podcast where we talk TV, movies, and the only thing we skip in life is that pesky recap. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Amy.
Hello, Amy. It is good to see your face. It has been a little while. We got ahead on recording, and so it's probably been a good week for us. How are you?
Good to see you too, Jeff. Jeff was in Mammoth over the 4th of July weekend. How was that, Jeff? Did you go tobogganing?
We did not go tobogganing because we looked into it, and it was, how should I say this? It was a spendy.
Oh, it was expensive.
A little spendy. So we decided to do some other things with our vacation budget. But we did do one fun thing. My sister has friends who live up there.
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, hey, I'm in the parade tomorrow. You guys should come up and watch me in the parade. We're like, sure, that'd be great. And then we get there and they're like, we need more people to march with our float. And so I got to march in the Mammoth Mountain 4th of July parade.
So
it was
cool.
Amazing.
Was it fun?
It was fun. It's a short little parade. It wasn't crazy. And it was hilarious because it was just like I woke up that morning being like coffee and having breakfast and being like, let's go enjoy the parade. Because Mammoth Mountain, it's a small parade where it's, it's a lot of like the band and the high school's there, and then it's a lot of businesses, and it's just fun. It's fun, and they give out stuff, and the guys behind us were like fishing guides, so I got I got a sticker with a fish on it, like it's stuff like that. Where you're just like, it felt very homegrown, small town. Because Mammoth is big, but it's not, because it's more of a destination place. So
Sure.
It swells on the weekend, and then during the weekdays it's real quiet because. We were there on Monday, and Monday was just like dead.
Really?
4th of July was a Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday was busy. It wasn't crazy busy, but it was busy. And then we stayed till Tuesday, and on Monday we went out to do something, and it was just like there was no one there. It was empty. So it was just. I'm sure in the winter it's the same way with the mountain and the skiing. I'm sure it swells. It's like Vegas. It swells and then it goes back down. Swells.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been there when it's not snowing.
Yeah, it's still there. It still operates.
It's still
there's a lot less snow happening. But they have these crazy people who ride their mountain bikes down the mountain in the summer.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, they put their mountain bikes on a ski lift, and it takes it up to the top, and then they ride all the way down to the bottom.
That's cool.
Yeah, I checked that out. I was like, that just looked like a hospital bill to me. But to others, it looks like a lot of fun. Looks like a lot of fun.
Oh, my gosh. Mike likes mountain biking. We bought mountain bikes in COVID, and we would go to a local spot. Yeah. And I loved going down fast.
Oh, going down fast is great in anything.
It's just going up.
Yeah.
Up was the crappy part because Mike, is up at the top of the hill, and I'm like at the bottom of it, just like I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, totally. So that was my exciting adventure. How about you? How was your 4th?
Well, I was fine on Friday. I made some burgers and pasta salad and. Mike was at work, so I ate by myself and watched Independence Day.
Yes. I mean, solid choice for the 4th of July. Solid choice.
So I had a burger, watched Independence Day, drank a beer, and then Saturday I was sick. And then I was sick all week.
Oh, no!
So long weekend, but, lots of content watching and sleeping.
Oh, man, boo.
Yeah,
that is 0 stars. No fun.
It's all right. I'm glad you had a good time. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It was unexpected. Some of the things we did were very unexpected. So it was fun. And then we went to Yosemite on Sunday.
Oh, so pretty.
Yosemite's gorgeous and crazy beautiful. Or was that Saturday? I don't know. When you're on holiday week, it doesn't matter what day it is. One of the days, we went to Yosemite and got to see the valley. And I used to work at a summer camp. We take the kids in there all the time to hike. And I haven't been there in, 10, 15 years. So it was fun. Fun to see the valley. It's like,
so you just stand there and look around and you're like, how does this exist?
Yeah.
Because it's so pretty.
We hiked to the lower falls of Yosemite, and they look so small from the road. Like they just look, unless you're close to them, they just, like, Half Dome looks giant, but a lot of the stuff you see from Saturday, like, oh, that's kind of cool. And then if you hike in, which on the valley floor is not that bad, but as you go in towards the wall of the walls of Yosemite, it's like, you're like, that waterfall's still not that big. And then you look from they usually have bridges where you can stand and like take a picture of the waterfall. And you look way down where people have hiked in on the rocks. And there's like a guy standing next to the waterfall.
Tiny little person.
And he's teeny tiny. And you're just like, that that's a big mountain. And then you look up and like there's like, oh, there's some bushes next to the waterfall. And you're like, no, those are full-size trees. Those are full-size trees. So that's what makes Yosemite just nuts. And then Half Dome, like I just stand on you can stand in the valley and stare at that thing, and I don't understand it. So
I love that there's no cell service there.
yeah, like we figured out because we split up. Like my sister and I ended up kind of hanging out in the village, and my brother-in-law went off and did a few more hikes because he likes to get out. And there was a point where like we made a plan because we went to the Awani Hotel to like sit and just have a drink and look at the mountains and enjoy our time there. And he was hiking, and then there came this point where like, did we make a plan? And at this point, we had no idea what was happening or who was doing what. And Yosemite Village is the only place with cellular service, so we're like, oh, let's get back to the cell service. So we got back on the little bus.
Yeah, it's cool because you get to unplug in one of the prettiest places, ever.
Oh, I agree.
I stayed there once, and I was in my 20s, but I would go and bike into the village and call my parents.
Yeah.
Just like check in with them and then be like, okay, I'll talk to you in a couple of days.
All right,
but it's like old school, how we used to do it, right? Like, here's the plan. This is where we're going to meet at this time.
Yeah, you're like, if you don't hear from me, everything's fine.
Oh, gosh. So fun. Oh, I'm glad you had a nice time.
Yeah, it was fun to get out of town. I haven't been out of LA in a while, so it was fun it's always good to get out of LA.
What are we talking about today, Jeff?
Today, we are still working on The Bear, season 4. And we're doing season 4, episode 5. It's episode 5. And I forgot to write down what it was called, but I'm sure it's something really fancy. And there was a really cool dessert on the picture that I really, 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 really wanted to try. And so, Amy, how did you feel about the episode?
I felt like it was stressfully calm.
That's amazing. Stressfully calm. Okay.
Right? So you have like good, bad, people are being introspective, people are having fun, then people are a little depressed. So I felt like it was a gambit of emotions, but there's like an underlying stressful calm to it. But I really enjoyed it. This is probably my favorite episode yet.
Oh, okay. I like that. I like that a lot.
I was really enjoying it. What about you?
I agree. I enjoyed it so much. I was just watching it this morning, and there was so much happening that, like with Carmy and how he just doesn't speak for the first like 20 minutes of the episode, which means he's really in his head. I like how they did that. And then I like how like they showed that even though the restaurant's the hero, like everyone's working in the restaurant, they all have lives. So I enjoyed that everyone got up at 6 a.m. and it showed everyone's struggles, or not struggles, but what they're doing outside of the restaurant. You know, Marcus with the house and Tina with her husband, and just little things like that. And I agree with you. It was so calm, and I felt like they were kind of getting. And then they bring in the new stage, and I was like, all right, here we go. We're getting our stuff together. And then, as we'll talk later, oh boy, the bear. But I like that a lot. I like the stressfully calm. Yeah, it was going so well. You're like, if you're a fan of the bear, the whole time I was just like, oh, okay, what's going to happen?
When is the shoe gonna drop?
Yeah. Because then I'm like, oh, the episode's getting close. And then the baby shows up, and you're like, oh, the baby's here now. This is amazing. Sophie. Everyone love on Sophie.
Sophie.
I was just like, nothing can. Oh, wait, never mind.
Psych.
Yeah.
Jeff, what were some surprise moments or screen shout-outs that you liked?
I already said earlier, but I liked the before work montage a lot. And there were some small moments in there where, like, once again, my wine prowess is, and I've talked about it in the past. And I love how he's like, the color of the wine. He's like, this is the same exact stuff. It's the same exact stuff. That was good. And then, of course, I mean, the endings, I think we probably both agree on. So I wanted to go away from the ending and just talk about how, like, I love the window guys, and I love how they all met Rob Reiner, and I just loved that scene. I watched it twice. I had to rewind and watch it again because they all come in the door and they're all just being themselves, and Rob Reiner's like, what is happening? What is happening? And so I loved all of that. So that was probably my favorite scene in the whole thing, because I understand the retrospectiveness of what they're doing with Carmy, but sometimes you just need the window guys to come in there and just make your day. Yeah, so that was mine. How about you? Any surprise moment or a shout out?
I really liked the girl at the beginning when he was at his group.
Yes.
Oh, and the way she was telling the story, and your heart gets broken, and Carmy's just looking at her like, "Oh, I understand." He's like, "Don't worry, Georgie, I watered the plants." Like,
Yeah.
but I just thought she did a tremendous job. Whoever the actor was, she did great.
Yep.
And then I also put the scene with the fax or the window guys, and well, I know Ted comes in at one moment. But why do you think he went to the Frank Lloyd Wright Museum? Was he just like?
I thought about that because I thought we'd talk about it. The only thing I could think of is that Frank Lloyd Wright created something that's lived on.
Mm.
And so maybe he's thinking about legacy. He's thinking about creating something that is living on. And it goes back to my concerning prediction of him like giving Sydney the restaurant and going off and finding what he needs to do next, going back to the conversation with, it's okay if you don't love it anymore. It's okay. And even Tina's coming at him now in this episode where she's like, you don't have to, you're the shit, baby. You don't have to
prove anything.
You have nothing left to prove. And so maybe he was just contemplating that, like the two things, like he feels like he's the problem and or his issues are becoming the problem. And then the other idea was like he was just seeing something that is, I mean, as long as those houses don't run into a problem other than just being there, those houses are going to live forever. And there's even Frank Lloyd Wright houses in Los Angeles. They're like museums. You can go visit them, and so that was the only thing I could think of. It took me a little while because they spent a lot of time on it.
They do.
They spent a lot of time on the houses, and the meeting I liked. I understand why they did that because it's just like he's still going to meetings and still struggling with that. But when I saw the houses, I didn't. I mean, it was a long time. And then they got like one of the curators from the museum was probably having the day of her life because she's on the bear. And she's explaining the museum to him, and he never talks, and he sees like pictures of people. And the pictures of people is always something where when you're introspective, I've done this before too, when you like look at pictures of people from the past, you're like, those people lived and they don't live anymore. And it's like, what did they do? Like they're in a museum. Like, what have I done? Like it's there was a lot going on in his head. That's the only thing I could think of is the Wright houses. Because when he's in the neighborhood, I guess, I don't know this about Chicago, but it looked like there's like 3 or 4 houses right next to each other. I'd have to look that up, but it seemed like there was more than just one house.
Okay.
So when he was standing out in front of the house he was in, there were more houses. Either they were Frank Lloyd Wright houses or they were people that had copied his style. Either way, what he did is living on. And maybe he's trying to think, what if...
Okay.
That's all I got. I'm kind of rambling, so I'll stop.
Yes, that's okay. I wanted your perspective on that because I was kind of feeling the same way. Oh, one small thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if this belongs in this section, but I love that Richie has a white Squall poster in his apartment.
I thought about that too. I was going to look it up. I was writing too many notes, so I slowed my notes down because I do that sometimes. But I was
one
like,
of my all-time favorite movies ever.
Yeah, I was like, because nothing on this show is a mistake. I've learned. We can tell, like they do everything so well with their and they wouldn't have included the poster. I know they were kind of showing the stuffed bear for a scene later, but you don't have to. Like they could have taken the poster off the wall. Like, they can do whatever they want. I've been there when they just remove stuff. So
God, I love that movie, and I was like, yes, Richie. Another reason why I love you.
Richie's the best.
And then I don't know if I'm mistaken, but I think at one point there's like this little amber colored like paperweight that they use in the kitchen, and it looks an awful lot like Mr. Grant. It looks like the top of that guy's cane from Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, I never saw it. I'll have to go back and look.
It's not Dr. Grant, it's Mr. Hammond.
Yeah
So just those few like details that I saw, I just really love, and it just just love this freaking show. I loved it when Luca came in for Marcus.
Yes. I'm glad I was wrong. I was very happy when I saw Lucas. I was talking about how I thought Tina would be moved over to desserts, and looks like she's going to stay on the line. He's making the menu simpler. And I was so excited to see him. Got to bring them all back. Bring them all back because
I really liked that. I liked their banter. And then I liked when Sydney was kind of realizing that Carmy is changing for the better.
Yes.
And especially with what happens at the end, you know, maybe she'll realize like this is a family. This is something that goes beyond just starting a new restaurant and having a
Right.
fresh start. So those are my scene shout outs.
No, I like it. Scene shout outs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll go on to you want it again? I know you love it. All right. Now we're gonna head to favorite quotes. And I think you asked me, so I'll ask you your favorite quotes.
Okay.
Here you go, just for you. And then there's another one on set like this. They go, soft sticks. Like when the act like it's right here next to the actor's face. You don't want to go wham. So they always go in and they go, soft sticks. And that means the microphone comes down real close to catch them. And they go. So that's soft sticks. All right, now to one of my favorite parts, favorite quotes. Amy, you have any favorite quotes?
Oh my gosh. I have 7.
Okay, I feel better. I actually cut some out of mine because I didn't want to have too many. But next time I'll do them all. Next time I'll do them all.
There were too many good things happening, and I'm like, how am I supposed to? And they all have cuss words in them, so I'm like, how do I
Let's
pick?
swear up a storm. Ready? If you have kids in the car, mute, fast forward, whatever. Here we go. Let's swear up a storm. We can hit the explicit button. Explicit.
So
Explicit.
one that you mentioned was when Sweeps was looking at the wine, and he said it's the exact same shit.
The exact same shit. Yeah.
That was one of them. And then let's see. It's good when people have kids. People get married. People made money. People want to buy something. It's because I'm wise. It's called moving on. That was when Marcus was in the house with his buddy.
Yep.
And I just thought it was a really sweet moment where he's like, no, you don't have to look at it as a negative thing. Like people are growing and, they're doing that stuff.
I looked up Marcus, and Chester was his name. Chester.
Oh, Chester. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And then another one was in the sandwich shop.
Oh, yeah. There was I wrote down like 8 in there. I was like, there were so many things happening.
I picked one, which, gosh, I forget his name. But when he walks in, he's like, oh, you look good. What's going on, my guy? You look like this asshole I used to know. And he's like, I don't know. Are you an asshole? And he's like, depends on the day.
I had the same one.
Sorry.
No, I have more.
Also another one that we talked about already was Tina telling him, like, you're the shit. You have nothing to prove.
Yep.
And then when the facts come in and they want to hold Sophie, and she says, no, sweethearts. No.
Just the way she said it. It was just like, can we hold the baby? No, sweethearts.
No, sweethearts.
No, sweethearts.
And then when Richie's holding the baby and he's kind of talking shit to Carmy, and he says, I'm just teaching her about the perils of antisocial behavior. And then the facts try again to hold the baby. And Richie already knows it's BS. So he's like, that's a lie. No, you cannot hold her. So there were too many to pick. There were
so many in this episode.
So many.
Yeah.
What were some of yours?
Mine were
stole a lot of them.
No, you didn't steal a lot of them. No. You and I collaborate. We do this a lot where we talk about the same stuff. But I got a bunch, so I'll go around the ones you said.
Okay, let's hear it.
Tina, when she was like, I want you to try this. And he goes, tell me the truth. And he was like, I'll tell you the truth. And then the quote I wrote down, she goes, you'll be nice and bullshit me. And he goes, no, I won't. She goes, yes. What was it? She goes, you'll be nice and bullshit me. And you'll kiss my ass, as you should. I thought that was funny. Tina was like, as you should.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I had the "Are you an asshole?" which was fantastic.
So funny.
And then the window guys, I had 2 that I don't know if you grabbed. He came spying through the door and he goes, what's up, my guy? I just kicked the shit out of an AA meeting. Yeah. And I was just like, okay. I've never said that in my life, but that's awesome. Good for him. Yeah, I'm glad he's going. Work the program. And then the other one was right at the end of the scene with Rob Reiner. It's in the distance, so the captions help a lot with this. But they're like, you should expand and everything. And then all you hear from downstairs is, I just drew the most beautiful dick downstairs. I don't even know what that was for. So those are really my highlight ones. And then my other one's not really a quote, but it's how Sydney sometimes says something. And I love when Sydney, I like when she's like, trying to be tough with Carmy, and she'll just be like, I need this, or I need that, or I need this. And she's like, I can't find my cleaver. And he's like, we'll get you a cleaver. Do you want us to get you a cleaver? And then you see her just go, oh, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. Like she does that a lot during the show, where it's always like, maybe, yeah, I don't know. Like she doesn't want to like she finally kind of gets what she needs, and then she always kind of like backpedals a little bit. It's like, no, Sydney, get in there, get in there.
Well, she's used to fighting for stuff.
Yeah, she's used to fighting, and she's not used to this new Carmy. That's just, I'll get you a cleaver. Okay, there's probably one in the kitchen they just give her. So. Yeah, so those were my favorite quotes, and there were, like we said, we could probably just quote the whole thing and be like, these were all amazing.
Yeah, but Ibrahim was like, I love it. Eat fresh. Like he's saying all of the.
Are you just giving? Yeah, he's like, are you just telling me restaurants now? What's happening? And that scene was I like how they ended it because it was so like profound. And then right at the end, him and Rob Reiner just riffing, and I'm sure they riffed on set, so. That's probably why they were like, just keep going, keep saying things.
Gosh, such a good show.
They just kept making him say stuff. I want to say this is episode 3 of No Chucky. Where's Chucky? Is Chucky alive? Is Chucky okay? I need to know where Chucky is.
You and your Chucky.
I love Chucky.
He'll pop up at some point. Don't worry, Jeff.
Hopefully, they got to bring him back.
Don't worry.
They got to bring him back. All right, now we're gonna we added a new segment to our show because the bear keeps bringing us gut punches. So we're going to try and figure out which one was the gut punch of the week. And Lamy, I heard you have a few. You told me in prep. Tell me what you got.
Okay. So one of them was Sydney speaking with her father on the phone.
Okay.
This was gut punchy to me because I think when you're an adult, sometimes you get so wrapped up and busy with what you're doing and your goals and your day-to-day lives that you forget to really take the time and slow down and appreciate your parents while they're here.
Oh, I know that more firsthand than anybody.
I know.
So I understand.
I know. I'm sorry that you do.
Yeah, it's all right. It's part of life.
But I felt like that was gut punchy, because I thought, oh my gosh, I should call my dad today. I should call my mom today.
Yep.
I should talk to them, while you still can.
100%. I always like to say, hug your people. Hug your people when they're in front of you.
You do say that.
I say that. I'll hug your people. I say that a lot. I've been saying it more and more. Where I'm like, hug your people when they're in front of you.
Yeah.
Don't let that get away.
Yeah, so that was gut punchy for me. And then just Marcus selling his mom's house. I just love his character. But I appreciate this show so much in that you care and are so invested in these people. And every single thing that they do and they're doing, especially, like Tina and Marcus and Ibrahim, like it's just, I feel like it's just like, I just want to cry every time they're on screen. I'm just
like, every time somebody does something, you just want to hug them. You're like, it's okay, it's gonna be okay.
Your food's good. Keep going.
Food's good. Richie, you're a good leader. I just want to tell him he's a good leader.
I know. So those were 2 of them.
Okay.
I know you have one.
I have one, and I'm sure it's the major one. This one will definitely be, as they say, the gut punch of the week. You were so excited for Carmy to tell Sydney probably that she's going to have more say in the restaurant, more choice over what happens. Way more 50-50, even maybe slide it in her direction where he just kind of rolls in once in a while and like celebrity chefs when he wants to, kind of a thing. But then her dad, like the hospital calls, and her dad had, I think, a heart attack, right? Yeah, heart attack.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it seemed like everything was kind of coming together for the restaurant. They were fighting forward. The baby's in the house. Everybody's happy. They get that baby smell. You get her off the top of their head. So it's a lovely baby smell. And then all of a sudden it just, they're like, we'll put you in the van. And then, so, and I've experienced that kind of thing in my life where you're just walking along and then your phone rings. You're like, I gotta go. And you go. And then from there, it's all different. So I'm looking forward to see how they handle this in the next episode. And I really hope he's okay. And so, I agree with you. I hope they use this moment as like, it's
clarity,
and it's a family. And it's like,
well, and I mean, look at Carmy and how empathetic and concerned, and he was like, I'll take you right now. Well, let's go. And she's like, no, I have potatoes. And he's like, no, I'll take you. And he's like, don't worry. We'll get you there. I mean, that's a family.
Yeah. Just get one of the Fact brothers. Put a driver there in the van. That'll make it really exciting.
Oh yeah, it's a
Yeah.
total gut punch, and oh my gosh, she was so believable in that scene.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'll have to look her up and see if she's experienced that before. Because if not, she did a wonderful job of like that moment of just glaze when you're just like, whoa, like nothing matters. Nothing matters. And then now you're just like regrouping. You want to get there to see what's going on. So,
Ugh.
yeah, that was when she was talking to her dad. That whole thing, I was just like, oof. So they did a very good job. You can tell someone in the writer's room at least knows someone who has lost a parent or dealt with that chaos because they did it. They did it great. I've only seen it done a few times well, and that was definitely one of them.
Really?
Yeah. Garden State was the other one.
Oh, I've only seen that like once.
Yeah.
So
there's a movie in Garden State where he goes to a wake and he's like walking around the house in a haze. And everyone's trying to talk to him and it just, nothing matters. It was just like, and I remember that, like there were times after my mom, people don't know, but my mom passed away many years ago. And it was just like those few days when you're like, people come and share their love and care for you. But there's a point where you're in the party, you're just like, I don't even know what's going on. So
I'm sorry that you know that pain.
Yeah, it's okay. It's part of life. And I'll say one thing to turn it around a little bit positive. I have run into a lot of people who have are going through it now, and it's wild how when you come and hug them and talk to them, you actually will make them feel better because you just tell them,
I understand.
I know this is really off the topic, but basically, whenever that happens now and people call, I always just go, that really sucks. That's it. And it's wild how people always be like, it does suck because no one lets you let it suck. And so.
Well, I would imagine like saying like, oh, she's in a better place or whatever.
None of that.
Like,
None
that
of
does
that.
not help.
Yeah, this is
This is shit. Can someone just acknowledge that this is shit?
Totally.
Thank you.
Like how to console your friends. That's one way you can do it.
Oh,
So, yeah. But so I'm hoping her dad's okay because I don't know if the Bear restaurant can hang on. I want it to.
I know. It's
But
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on.
I watched that after we filmed our last episode, and as soon as it ended, I was like, oh, why did I watch it this early? We're not filming for another week. Why did I do this? But
I know I did the same thing. I was so excited. I think you and I texted her after, like, did you watch it? I'm like, yeah. Did you watch it? Oh, damn it.
that was a mistake.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Should have waited. Because we're still being good boys and girls and watching it but there'll be one today for sure. Because I think there will be one today for sure. I got to go find out City's dad.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Real quick and then real fast. Numbers update 363 hours, 8 minutes and 11 seconds. It's 15 days. We have 15 days left on the clock.
Where is Mr. Clark?
Where's Mr. Clark? That's what I want to know. Do you think Mr. Clark was a star? Because every movie and YouTube thing I've heard is it's always two people for the stars, for the Michelin stars. So,
but they were saying that they were unpredictable though.
Oh, okay. So maybe they're mixing it up because the movies have ruined it for everybody.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he was a star or just a critic that's going to help them get back to where, they want to be. Yeah. But he is going to, I just know it in my bones, and I think you do too. Yep. Something Mr. Clark's going to do is going to help them tremendously.
Yeah. Let's roll just right into predictions. So let's just roll right in.
Okay. Let's do it.
This is easy. So Mr. Clark, we want to predict Mr. Clark's going to do something positive. I struggled a lot with predictions. I didn't really have many because I need to know what's going on with her dad. Like that changed everything for me. Like I have no idea now. I still think Carmy's doing the, I think my overall prediction, I think Carmy walks away from the restaurant. That's my big one.
Completely?
I don't know if it's completely, but he's definitely figuring out his life.
Ever since you said that, Jeff, I can't stop thinking about it. It's making me so sad.
But you can just tell, like, they're paring the menu down. So even Tina will, like, speed up a little bit because she's making the same thing every night. And that's good. That's a good thing for a restaurant. It'll be just as good.
I disagree with you.
Okay.
I don't think he's going to leave Totally.
restaurant completely. I'm
I
good
think-
with that.
I think you're totally right with he's learning. We're learning and growing.
This is side note. This is something I say a lot in my life because as you get older, you think you've learned it all, and guess what, everyone? You have not. You have not learned it all. You haven't even learned a little bit. Not even tiny. There's days when I'm just learning and growing way too much.
Learning and growing.
Learning and growing.
So I think that you're right on 90% of it, or 99% of it. And
I get 99. That's nice. I'll take
little
those numbers.
1% of him leaving is untrue. But I really think that him having all of this self-reflection and realizing what he's doing is not great.
Yeah.
And apologizing and changing and being a man of his word and saying we're going to do one. I think everything's going in the right direction. And I think there's going to be a symbiotic synchronization of everybody. And obviously this is just my hopeful heart. Just praying that it all goes well. But yeah, I think it's going to be okay, except that one part.
Then he leaves completely?
I don't think he's going to leave.
I mean, I would bet on the side of no leaving. If the over-under was leave, no leave, I would say no leave also. But I'm not saying it's off the table. I'm just
okay. Well, if you're right and we are filming, I'm going to scream.
There will be hell to pay. There will be hell to pay. I like it.
Yes. And that's all I got.
That's all I got. Well, all right, let's wrap it up here then. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave us a review or a review on your favorite podcast app. Or you throw some stars on there. 5 of them are preferred. It helps our listeners find the show, and we love hearing your feedback. Take us home.
Thank you for rewinding with us. Toodaloo.